Welcome to Homemaking with Mima. My name is Wendy, and I have made a decision about my old plant that I had in my house today. And as you can see from here, that decision was made. But I'm going to bring you along with me to show you what I had done. As you've seen in the intro, I've come to a decision about my house plant that's been through so much in the last, it's over 10 years old. I know it is. And I don't know what to do with it anymore. Well, I thought I didn't know what I wanted to do with it. And I have come to that decision, and I'm going to bring you along with me. And it's involving getting rid of it. So I've brought it outside, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some trimmings off of it, and then I'm going to place the trimmings in water, and we're going to try and grow roots like we have with the spider plant. This spider plant I'll be planting today, and it's ready to be planted. So we'll get that taken care of as well. But end of an era for the plant. So what you want to do when you take a trimming is go in between where there's leaf growth, or in this case, it's got little sections on it. And actually, I'm going to go to the main base of where that has come off. I'll bring you in closer. It's hard to see because you've got this in the way. This is where I'm going to trim. I'm going to cut that off right there at that base, connected to that piece. As you can see, this piece has already been broken off and withered away. And so this will be saved in the water, and I'm going to try and get a second one as well. And I'm going to use clean scissors for that, and then I'll just wash them up when I'm done. So I peeled back some of the leaves, and I will this one as well. And I'm going to get them in water and wait for them to grow roots. So what I have to do is the plant can be composted. It'll go out into the woods. The bunnies, that sort of thing, will enjoy it. So it isn't going to go to waste, but I have to get things that can't go out there out of here. And so I have like these wooden skewers things. They have to be thrown away because they're treated, so we can't have that. And the styrofoam. And on the styrofoam, there's pins. There's plant pins. So those have to be pulled out as well. I have quite a few of these. I mean, I've broken them down, and I, like I said, I've really tried with this plant. I even have zip strips on to hold it up. Oh, this poor thing. So I just cut those. There's probably 50 plant pins in here. There's the styrofoam. And see, the styrofoam, I even had a dowel in that as well to help where it had broke, but it didn't work. Okay, that is it. I'm going to take it to its new home and hopefully the critters enjoy it. Okay, so I'm out of breath. Old chubby lady. Anyway, I'm going to have my husband carry this to get rid of the dirt. Then I'm going to wash this container out and we will save it for another plant someday. Maybe the ones that I'm starting. So before I replant that new spider plant, that baby, this has to be cleaned out. And I'm also gonna I'll spray it out, spray some vinegar water on it to kill any pests or any of that in it. Then I'll hose it out again, let it dry some, and then I'll replant that plant. I'm going to let it sit for a little while so that it can do its job at killing any bacteria, any eggs from bugs, and that before I plant this new plant. Okay, so I rinsed off the vinegar water on that, and it was definitely time. It was almost out of water completely anyway. So I'm going to peel back some of the dead leaves on here. I'm not the greatest at house plants, but I believe we all try. And that's all that you can do. And as you can see, it's got some good roots coming from it. So it should do good. And we started out in a smaller container, and then you just work your way up like I had showed you that other one. Okay, another good use for containers, other than putting food in that I normally do. I'm just going to scoop out some of the dirt, put it in here, and then I'm just going to throw this away. And these are both potting mix for indoor. I'm just using a little bit out of both. And we want to get the roots down in there. Even if you get some of the leaves and that in there, get it in there so that the roots can start growing even more. Looks like I broke that leaf off, so I'm just going to snip it towards the bottom. Okay. So I've got a cup of water, and I'll bring you along with me for that. I have a cup of water with just a little bit of the indoor plant food from the Miracle Grow. And that should help it. I'm just doing this over my railing. So this is just the cup of water that I have. And I'm going to keep adding the water until I see that it's come through the bottom. You want that soil completely moist. Like I said, I am not an expert at houseplants, nor my garden, but this is what I've done all these years, and it seems to work. And it is starting to drip some, so it is soaking through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lightly hose off the dirt that's
around it, rinse off my hands with the hose, and then I'm going to get a plate underneath this to catch the water. So now I'm just going to let it sit on the railing, let the sun dry off some of the water that got onto the leaves, and then I'll dump any residue water that comes from it, you know, back over the railing, and then I can bring it into the house. So I was thinking before I get all this cleaned up, we're in October right now, and the roots on those other plants, they're probably going to develop in October, November, either in December or January, and it's going to be minus below zero here, and the hose is going to be wrapped up, the water to the house is going to be shut off. So I'm going to clean another container for that and disinfect it and have it ready for me this winter. So that's what I'm going to do now while I have the hose and everything out, and it's nice out, and that's what I'm going to do. Now I'm gonna get this table cleaned off. I have the hose out, I have the vinegar spray, so I'm just gonna get this all cleaned up.
Okay, so there's the remnants of what was inside of that container I put down here. I'm going to have my husband get rid of the dirt, then I can clean that out as well. So I'm just going to leave the vinegar out and the hose, and we can get that cleaned out a little later. And I got the table cleaned off. I have it turned this way so that the sun can help dry it. So it shouldn't take long at all.
Okay, so I had to move out of the sunlight because I'm not gonna complain. It's beautiful out today. I've got the plant all ready to go back into the house, and we started a new era with the other one. It was sad to see it go, but it just struggled for so many years. I don't even know how it stayed alive, to tell you the truth. But we've took some trimmings off of it. We're gonna start a new. I think I just backed up into the gas grill. I don't want to turn it on. We're gonna start some new plants with that. Hopefully they survive. I've got the pot ready for it, so come December, January, when it's time to plant them in a pot, I can do it, and I can just do it in the house. So that project is done. I want to thank you for joining me today. If you like this kind of content, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I want you folks to make it a really great day.